Is it possible to brew a tasty cup of coffee out of the AeroPress at a 1:20 ratio? That's what we're trying to figure out right now. For the most part, nobody really does that. I haven't heard anybody really brew a cup of coffee out of the AeroPress at 1:20 ratio. So I think it's possible. Before tasting it, before I guess bamboozling myself, if that makes sense, is that we have enough things in our toolbox in order to brew a cup of coffee. We know grind size, we should know our equipment, we should know that time and temperature plays a role in all this. We agitate, we don't agitate. There's enough things that we do know in order to make a good cup of coffee. And can we do it at 1:20 ratio? I personally don't do 1:20 ratio. I do 1:15, sometimes 1:10. And what I've been finding out lately, especially for immersion brew, that it does a lot better at 1:10 ratio. Since you are hopefully enjoying the video, you like, subscribe. So some of the things that I did change in order to see if it's possible before we taste it is that I bumped up the temperature. This is a medium roast, okay? Keep that in mind. But I think it probably still works for all spectrums of degrees of coffee, right? A 200 degrees Fahrenheit brew. I did a 6-minute brew. And on the grind size, I think this is probably one of the biggest things that you have to take in consideration. I would think so, is that I went quite fine on this grind, almost to the point to where it chokes the grinder, but not that far, because we do need extraction. I think that's the biggest thing that we need. We have time going for us with the 6-minute brew. We have the temperature helping us out there too. We probably even over extracted this. Probably changing some of those variables would have been just right. So let's go ahead and taste this cup of coffee and let's see if we were able to actually accomplish our goals of a tasty cup at 1:20 ratio. I think it works. I think I probably slightly over extracted it, probably because of the grind. But that's the beauty of this. We can change the time, probably not stir it as much as I did initially, as you will see. Probably with the actual temperature. Probably I was too high on the temperature. That could play the part in this. But for the most part, I don't think I miss the tastiness of this coffee by much. I do think we're almost there. And with the tools and the things that we do know about coffee, about extraction and brewing, we can make a tasty cup at 1:20 ratio. I would say that would be the limit. I wouldn't go even any more than that. But I think the biggest thing that I'm trying to, I guess, say with all the parameters, with all the situations that we're dealing with when we make a cup of coffee, we can always, for the most part, probably rescue it, because we know that we're dealing with grind size. We know that we're dealing with temperature. We know that we're dealing with time, and also technique in the way that we brew a cup of coffee and what we're really trying to get out of the cup of coffee. So, is it possible? Yes. I think I was almost there. And just tasting it for what it is, I know there's a couple things that I would change in this cup of coffee in order to make it a lot better than the way that it is even right now. But this coffee is crisper. It's more evident of what I'm tasting. It's not bitter. And the things that I did change of it was I did the same exact water, but I changed the grind size and I cut the time into half. So I did a 3-minute brew. and it tastes better, tastes crisper. It doesn't have that wacky, lingering bitterness that kind of gets in the way at times when you're trying to taste the coffee. So 1 to 20 ratio.